Okay, today I'm going to do some gearbox maintenance on the P90 version 6 gearbox. So I'm going to start with the trigger assembly today. I've already got the gearbox pulled out and it's right there, so let's start. First thing you're going to need to do, this is the trigger assembly right here. So you're going to need to pull out a few screws. You're going to need to pull out one right here, 2, and then 3. And then I've already got mine pulled out. That'll lift this piece up. And then you'll pull that out the way. Then you'll need to pull out 2 Phillips heads. One Phillips head right there, and another Phillips head right there. Pop that guy out. And this whole piece will just slide back just like that. And this is the trigger assembly. This is the motor. So in order to get to the actual pieces we need to look at, we're going to pull a couple screws out. So we're going to pull out one right there, we're going to pull out one right there, and we're going to pull out one right there. Let's start with the big boy. Got that guy, that's one. Start with this little one over here. And we got this guy right here. This guy's really long. And when you're pulling this one out, you're going to want to kind of keep your hand on this plate right here. It's going to actually lift up and going to get us to where we need to go. So, but when we lift this plate up, we got a few spring-loaded parts in here that we don't want to lose any springs or have anything jump out at us. And that's the last screw. So this piece right here is one of the pieces that's going to want to jump out. So I have to kind of wiggle this a little bit. Get that out the way. And you see inside here, this piece right here, it's got a spring right there. So that spring right there, and there's actually another spring right here you want to kind of keep your eye on. So you're just going to grab this piece and then just lift it up a little bit and then bend it to release the spring. And the spring's going to come off right there. And then you don't want to lose that guy. Go off to the side. Just put your finger right there so it doesn't jump out. But you just want to pop out this side. And then once you got that out, you can go ahead and just grab it. And pull it out. So I don't want to lose that guy. Off to the side. And then this piece right here is gonna, you can just kind of wiggle it and lift it out. And you see how it kind of comes out a little bit. And that'll lead us to this piece right here. This is the piece we need to take out. Let's get that piece out. Then you inspect it. Let's bring it in a little bit. So we need to check for wear and tear, and you can see right there it's got a little bit of wear. See how it keeps catching right there? That's not too bad. This side's got a little bit more wear. So I've actually already cleaned this one up, so if there was any black stuff on here, you want to scrape that off. And any stuff right here you need to scrape off too. And then next you'd want to check the inside right here. This is where it always sparks every time you pull the trigger. Spark. And you have some scrape all the black stuff off the inside of there, off both sides. And I already looked a little earlier and I noticed I've got a hole right there. You can see this piece right here kind of shine under it, right there. So the gun had been kind of acting up lately, and you can see a hole right there. So I'm going to be changing this out. So, but I'm just doing this for the sake of just so you know how to take it out and stuff like that. So once you clean all this up, get all the black stuff off, get a little bit of dielectric grease, and I get just a little bit, smear a little bit on both sides of these inner walls. I get this little piece, put a little bit on here, a little bit on here, cuts down on the spark, so that stuff like that doesn't happen as fast. And this piece that I pulled off a little bit earlier has some metal in the back you'd want to clean up. You can see right there. It's got a nasty little wear right there, wear mark, and that's a deep one. So I'm probably going to be changing that out too. So I will scrape off any black stuff, put a little bit of dielectric grease on that also. And back on this last piece too, we got two more connectors right here. Scrape any black stuff off, a little bit of dielectric grease once again. And then once you did all that, I'd pretty much just put it all back together. So I'd go ahead and lift this guy back up again and just lift that out again just a little bit. Slide this piece back in. Shiny piece up. Slide that in just like that. And then you can see there's two little nipples right here. That's the same on the other side and fit in two holes. You just push that till it's closed. And then once you got that closed, I'm going to get your spring. And pretty much just get that back on. So you're going to want to attach that to the back right there. Just like that. And this is always kind of a pain in the butt. Slide that on. Push it all the way down. So it's all the way down. And then maybe do a couple tests, hold this down and just slide it. So it brings back every time you pull the trigger. Trigger, let go, comes back, stops firing. And you get this piece again. And this little piece attaches right there. And I would just maybe attach that right there. Just like that. And then you can see these two little nipples right here. They're going to glide inside of there right there. So once you get that spring on, oh, I'm just trying to get away. Let's see here. He's a tough guy. So once you get the spring on again like that, attach it. Attach it just like that. A little bit of tension, and slide one end in. Slide the other end in. And it's going to want to jump out, so you're going to want to keep your finger down on that. Little test slide. Yep. So hold that down. Hold this piece down because you don't want it to jump. Get your plate again back. The big hole in the top corner. Slide that on. Once you get that on, hold it down. Make sure everything slides. Get your big screw. Put it in. Pretty much hold everything down. And then you got a long screw and a little bit shorter screw. And the long screw is going to go back into this spot over here. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes so I don't have to chop it up. So just snug that up. Get the other guy in here. Okay, got less than a minute left. So once you get that done, that's pretty much it. I'll pop this guy. So once you got that back in, put the black wire back over into the spot. So that's locked in there. Pop this piece over. Get that in. Put your two Phillips heads in. 1, 2. Push this back in. Put this on top. Give it a slide right there. Once you got that slid in, 1, 2, and 3 screws right there. And you're pretty much done. Trigger assembly back in. Bingo bango. And we just got it under 10 minutes. Gearbox disassembly and reassembly. Maintenance next.